Okay, that's pickup number 2. And I gave him my business card. And he was a very nice gentleman. And I have these bags sticking up above the trailer, kind of for advertisement purposes. So people see me coming by, maybe they'll flag me down. So here we go, on to the next one. So I've just got done collecting more leaves. I'm on my first round of collecting leaves in my 16-foot trailer. And those are my leaves. It's 2022 fall and it's November 8th. And here it goes again. I'm going and collecting leaves. This time I'm either going to charge or I'm not going to charge. I may not be a leaf thief. I may just knock on the door. That's how I got this one. I knocked on the door and he said, yeah, go ahead and take them because the trash company's going to take them anyway. So I figured it may be a little bit harder in this area to, this is Leawood, Kansas. Maybe a little more difficult because they come by and they pick them up for no charge, I think. That's a ritzy part of Johnson County, Kansas. So yeah, people have money here, so you can either get away with charging, or you may just are looking for leaves for free. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just looking for supplemental leaves for free. I've already got my wood chips dumped for free. I got 2 loads of it. I can show you that. Also, there's links down below where you can see those videos. And I'm going to get back to work. Stay tuned. Okay, a very wonderful couple. I just knocked on their door and I gave them my business card. And they're going to let me pick up, it's not a whole lot, but it's some. They're going to let me pick up their leaves. And this is pickup number 4. And I've been at it probably about 40 minutes now. And this year I'm just going for free. I'm not advertising, so it's not any inconvenience. And I'm getting all the leaves I could ever possibly want. This one's a jackpot. I think I've hit 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's one way down there, a guy's mowing. And this will probably be my last stop because I'm getting chock full on bagged leaves. But it's been about an hour and a half, and a 16-foot trailer, 4-foot sides. Well worth it. That's it. I've got about as many as I'm going to get for today. I just kind of hit maybe a 3-block area, just where all the trees and the leaves are. And it'd be interesting to count these and find out how many I have. But that's it for the day. Oh, there was a real nice couple. There's a real nice couple that gave me a bunch of Costco bags. These aren't leaves, but they're roses. But you know, Costco. I'm a grandpa, but they were older than me. But Costco, free sample. I'll skip that aisle. So, an hour and 40 minutes, and that's what I got. I'm gonna count them later, find out how many's there. So, be back. Okay, so we made it back home, and here's a look at my pile. And like I said, I went to, it took me an hour and 40 minutes, and I don't know, just a few blocks, and I'm getting ready to pull all of these out and find out how many bags I have. And people were very nice when I knocked on their doors, and I did. I knocked on everybody's doors just to make sure that, you know, somebody wasn't coming out to already pick it up. Maybe they had somebody coming to pick it up and they're going to pay them, and it's like, oh no, it's gone. So just because there's so many, and there's plenty everywhere. I mean, just as far as the eye could see, it's just everywhere in that neighborhood. And I just decided to knock on the door and just ask politely, and they said, oh, sure, take it. Matter of fact, nobody's going to complain. There's not anybody here that's going to complain. Take all you want. Go take that, and go take that. Well, my little grandson's here. Okay, hang on a second. Okay. Hang on, we'll talk later, all right? I'm shooting a video here real quick. He's playing on these wood chips that we just got. We got 2 loads a couple days ago, and if you stick your hand in it, they're already getting pretty warm. So I suggest that you keep an eye on it, because I'll show you. Look at this video right here. It's 140 degrees, I think, inside, and very steamy.
This is very high.
It's very high, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we got all the wood chips we want. Also, another thing to note about these bags is that I'm putting my hand underneath this, and that's warmer than a body. That's like, I'd say maybe 99, 100 degrees. And some of these could be even hotter than that. So you have to be careful. Do not put this stuff around anywhere where it could catch something on fire, because they will get hot enough to catch on fire. So be really careful. So anyway, we're going to pull all of these bags out, find out how many we have over an hour and 40 minutes worth of work. Are you ready to do this?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. Okay, I'm done. So I went through and I counted everything, and roughly I have about almost right at 150. So now you may ask, Paulie, is this really necessary? Well, I mean, it depends. It depends on who you are. You know, it depends on how you garden. It depends on what you want to do. It depends on a lot of different variables, actually. So, you know, you don't need to. I think I have maybe about a 40 by 80 just in this plot, and then there's a couple more plots back there which I don't really use much anymore. I've kind of slowed it down a little bit, but I've got the greenhouse over there, which I plan to use in the future. So I know I've done many videos on leaves, but it's the fall again, and everybody gets revved up and excited about collecting leaves again, because there's so many uses for it. People will use leaves. They'll put it directly in their pots. They'll put it on top like this. Sometimes they'll till it in. Excuse me.
Hey, Papa.
Say hi.
Hi.
Bye-bye.
I came the mountain. Bye, Papa.
So, and then people will use them as mulch for their pots. They use as mulch on their gardens. I like to use wood chips as mulch for your seedlings, or your seeds. For your seeds, you can crumble the leaves up and put them on tops and give them a light watering. But the biggest thing is that you're turning your dirt into soil, and you're attracting, unlike in pots. Now, it's not wrong. I mean, using pots for plants to put your plants in is wonderful. Okay, I'm more traditional, so I use directly into the ground, because worms are easily attracted to it. the other microbes and macrobes are easily attracted to it, and you start to get the entire indigenous life attracted to the whole area, including moles. So, you know, that sucks too, but I plan on doing something a little bit different next year, because I do have moles, and they should come out with a movie, When Moles Attack. But I plan on using some hardware cloth on top, because this will also, when you're doing it this way, attract the birds, and the birds like to dig through and uncover the mulch, whether it's leaves or wood chips over here, whatever you're using as mulch, because there's so much food in there, it attracts the birds. So that's an idea, and I'll probably do a video on that, using hardware cloth, or maybe bird fencing, chicken fencing. So I also have a video on how to get wood chips in 5 minutes or less. These wood chips, the guys were down the street. I said, bring it on over to my house, and they're like, okay. We don't have any today, but you know, the next week they called me and they said, hey, I got a load. I probably got 2 loads. And I said, bring it on over. And they unhooked and they came over, and probably about, you know, 10 minutes, and the whole thing was done. And here's a couple pictures on that. But it's real easy. But you know, doing it this way, some people are no-till, and the great thing about leaves is that they compost very quickly. They're a great mulch. They hold that moisture in, and you just start growing that soil, that living soil that you want to grow. And I talk about it in great detail in both my books, Worm Farming Revolution, and probably the most I talk about it is in Brown Thumb, Green Thumb. And you'll see the links for that, and the video links, tons of links. My website is over a decade old, and it's hundreds of pages. So I do have a lot of experience in doing this. My results are not typical, so don't blindly follow me or follow anybody else, but just listen and do this stuff on your own. And it's going to take trial and error, and you won't get it all in one season. And if 2023 looks bad, you got to start as soon as you can. If 2023 looks good and it's great, you got to start then too, because the best time to start is when, you know, composting or gardening, or, you know, learning how to make tea, harvesting and canning, and, you know, dehydrating and all this stuff. The best time to start is when the times are good times, because then you can make all the mistakes in the world you want to make. And they're really not mistakes, they're lessons. They're not failures, because you only fail when you quit. Okay, so never quit, never give up. Okay, and then you will be successful. Okay, so we got all these leaves out here. I'm going to spread them out, and I'll link, I've got a link below, more than one, that you can look at and watch those videos. And we have I've got a new thing out now. It's no longer going to be Worm Farmer Revealed YouTube, or Squirm and Vermin, or Polypitcherilla, but it's now YouTube has a new handle out, and I'm going to move some of my Rumble videos over to YouTube, so you'll be seeing a bunch of video after video being loaded, and some of those are from last year. So, and then some will be new, but it's called Pollination. So if you understand the handle there, it's pollination. So I do plan on doing some more videos for worm farming and gardening and composting and making tea and chickens. You know, I've got tons of pages on just a lot of stuff, and sometimes it's just me on little hacks or tips and tricks that I've kind of picked up along the way from some of my trials and errors. So hopefully you can really benefit from it and benefit from this video. So I'm not going to make this video much too longer. So this is it. I'm out, and hopefully it's not too hard of a winter. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.